quick question for you this morning. Which disciple is known as the doubter? You know, we're in the middle of our spiritual growth campaign right now, and we're dreaming big, praying hard, and thinking long. Those big dreams sometimes struggle with doubts. We've been talking about dream killers. I've talked about delay. I've talked about discouragement. I talked about disapproval. Staying with the D, let's talk about doubts this morning. Now, just so you know, the doubting is doubting Thomas. And so we have that. But we all have doubts. We all struggle with doubts. Maybe it's doubts sometimes about our prayers. Do they get above the ceiling? Maybe about God's word. Maybe about God. Maybe if this is possible. We all struggle with doubts at some point or another in our lives. And probably many times over, at least I know myself. And especially there's one incident in God's word. You know, we have children, and here's a father. I'm going to tell you, there's this father with a son who was born with a health problem. It had been a problem for his whole life. And he had brought him to the temple because he had heard stories about Jesus, and he had brought him to the temple for healing. And the religious leaders already had a problem with Jesus, and now he brings his son there. And so now there's this big group having this argument. It says the disciples were involved in everything. And Jesus steps right into the middle of the conversation and says, what's happening? And the father begins to outline his heartache. I can't imagine the heartache of a father with a son that this literally had tried to kill him several times. And this the heartache of that health with his son. And he lays out for Jesus that he would like Jesus to do something. And he asks it this way. He goes like this. If you can you heal my child? Jesus chimes in real quick and he goes basically like this. What do you mean if I can? With God, all things are possible. Then I want to think about this guy's words because I think these words might be words you might need, you might use, because I know I've used them. He said this, Luke 9:24. Then I believe, help my doubts. I knew the verse says, I believe, help my unbelief. But I'm talking about doubts this morning. How do we wrestle with our doubts? I'm challenging us to dream big, and there's doubts that will come into the midst of those dreams. So I believe in a good God. I believe in a good God who wants good for me. I believe in a big God. I believe in a God that all things are possible. I believe in a God where nothing is impossible. I believe in a God who loves. I believe, but help my unbelief. You know, those times when I struggle with, you want me to do what? Or how can I do this? That's impossible. How do we deal with those things? So here's what I want to say. Own your doubts. But doubt your doubts. Don't you like that? Own your doubts. But doubt it. Be honest with yourself when you're doubting. But acknowledge that. And then doubt your doubts because you believe in a God. And ask your God for help. See, I want to tell you, Satan wants to steal your joy, kill your peace, and destroy your life. That's your dreams. I tweaked that. I always like saying that, but I want to tweak that just a little bit. Satan wants to steal your joy, kill your dreams, and destroy your life. But I want you to know that there's a little verse that kind of goes with that. John 10:10. Here's what it says. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I, Jesus, have come that you might have life abundantly. I want you to know God wants you to have an abundant life. I want you to dream big. It's 2022, and we're going to dream big. No more of this. We're going to dream big and see what God can do. Sunday, we're going to talk about what does a dream look like. I'm going to have some fun talking about a dream Sunday. So I'm going to invite you. Be right here in person. Join me online. But I'm going to tell you, it's a blessing to get around with others and just enjoy the company and the fellowship, to see each other person to person. But we're here. Whatever you need, we want to be a part of God's dream for your life. I want you to know I love you. I care for you. I pray for you. And I ask God to bless you. God bless you. Take care. I'll see you Sunday. God bless you.